He should be cleared of the shooting in March 2016. Shots were fired at police as they tried to capture the terror suspect. Abdeslam will face another trial for his role in the Paris attacks of 2015. He's the only alleged terrorist of that night still alive. Philippe VANSTEENKISTE is co-founder of V Europe, a Belgian association for victims of terrorism. He joins us now to discuss the case. Good evening to you, sir. The families of those killed on the night of the 13th of November 2015 and those badly injured, they've yet to have any sort of explanation or comment from Salah Abdeslam. Do you feel that this is ever going to change?
Oh, it's very difficult to say. I mean, this case we are discussing, or the trial is just about one incident. And we have to look at everything what happened between the 13th of November 2015 in Paris and 22nd of March 2016 for Brussels. And this is just one little spot. This court is especially about the shooting in Rue de Dries in Brussels, shooting against the police officers. So what we are doing right now is we try to get the total picture. And what he said in this court, well, he clearly took a position of wanting to become like a martyr, and he didn't cooperate, but his defense is now taking another stance.
His manner, Salah Abdeslam's way of conducting himself in the court, it was, I think most people agree, disdainful, disrespectful to the judges, to the court, to the families. Were you surprised by this at all?
Oh, not really. I mean, we should not look at him as a pop star or whatever. We really have to look at the future, at the total picture. This is the important thing. We have to understand the content and go further. I think this is the main position we have to take.
Yes, indeed. Pop star or some kind of an idol or some kind of example for some people who try to follow the same similar tracks, I suppose, is the danger, isn't it, sort of portraying him in that way. Fact is, though, he's not taking part in the trial. Chances are he'll do the same when it comes to the trial for the Paris attacks too, isn't it? He's likely not to say anything in court.
Well, one never knows. One never knows. I think he somewhere remains a human being. He tries to take a position at this stage. And we have to say, we have to respect our democracy. I think the big difference between us and terrorists is that we respect the values of our society. And we have put in place a justice system, and we have to respect it. Everyone has a right to stay quiet or to defend himself. So I think we just have to show the respect, and then it work in dignity. All this court trial should happen in dignity, and I think that at the end we will get the right picture and we will get the correct answers.
I think there's 100% integrity in what you're saying, Philippe. But in terms of the victims of the Paris attack and the Brussels attack, to which Abdeslam is apparently linked, that's another trial perhaps in the making. How do the families, the victims, how are they feeling about this whole situation when they see Abdeslam behave the way he did in court? What is the effect on them?
Well, again, we are victims. The only thing that links us all together is being a victim of a terrorist attack. Otherwise, we come from all different kind of society. We all have different jobs. We have different educations, different religions, different countries, and we have to respect this one. So it's difficult to talk about one specific attitude. We are all human beings. I think the major thing we have to do right now for the victims of terrorism is show humanity back into our society. This is a key point. What is necessary is that all the victims of terrorism, without any discrimination, they can, one, rebuild themselves with the final purpose to be able to reintegrate society. So I think this is the really key point on what you have to focus.
Philippe VANSTEENKISTE, thank you for that very humanitarian analysis of the situation and your patience with my questions, which clearly were difficult, but I think things that people wonder and ask themselves about this whole situation. Thank you so very much for joining us. Philippe VANSTEENKISTE, co-founder of V Europe, a Belgian association of victims of terrorism. Thank you for joining us, sir.